Welcome to Lesson 2, Operationalizing Metrics. Let's talk about breaking down the barriers between departments. The power of RevOps is that it shifts focus from siloed metrics to holistic KPIs. As I said before, you can't manage what you don't measure, and RevOps focuses on a few key holistic metrics rather than just departmental ones. The friction that I have seen more often than anything else has most often been caused by departments not pulling in the same direction. Departments unable to clearly define not only what exactly their revenue contribution is, but how their individual goals ladder up to ensure that contribution is successfully measured. Now, I know what you're thinking because trust me, I've been there myself. You're thinking, Nikki, what are you talking about? You can't give all departments the same goal. I'm in marketing. I don't do what sales does. How can I be held accountable to their metrics? Okay, maybe you weren't thinking exactly that, but you get the picture. The question is always something along the lines of, how can you make holistic goals when all departments are doing different things? To that, I say, are they really doing different things? After all, aren't we all working toward the health, improvement, and growth of the business? Even entirely internal facing teams like people operations have a huge impact on the growth of the business through their processes and can therefore be measured. Think about it. Let's take it as a real example. Your people operations or human resources team is responsible for the training and onboarding of your sales representatives, correct? So a revenue defining metric could be time to onboard. Yes, I get it. That was an extreme example. People operations isn't exactly a revenue generating department, but you see my point. All teams, all departments should be working together toward revenue acceleration. That's what I mean by having shared, comprehensive goals for all revenue departments instead of siloed metrics. Because here's what I mean by holistic goals. Every department should have goals that ladder up to an overarching revenue goal. I'm not saying that every department has the same goal or measures their efforts the exact same way. No, marketing should not be given a target of holding 19 demo calls per week. That's a sales goal. But marketing could be given a target of generating 19 qualified leads in the CRM per week. Because both of those targets ladder up to the revenue goal of generating X dollars per week. See where I'm going now? The goal of RevOps is not to hold everyone accountable to the exact same target, but to align everyone to work toward the same overarching goal. Too often, what I see are departments focused on tracking disparate targets or using the same labels in different ways. The lack of clarity and unity mutters the waters. That's the problem. Siloed, unclear, or unhelpful goals stall revenue growth. Why is this a problem? If you don't have clarity between departments, then how are they going to work together? How do you even know if they are working toward the same goal? Better yet, how do you know that the goals they're working toward are even worthwhile goals? Again, let me provide an example I've often seen. Many times, sales leaders zero in on tracking the activities their sales representatives are completing instead of tracking outcomes. For example, a sales leader may require all reps to send 100 emails per week and log 50 phone calls. Now, that could be a helpful goal, but maybe not. What do those activities mean in cold, hard cash? Do 100 emails sent translate to 10 opportunities generated? Do those 10 opportunities bring in an average of $100,000? Do they generate that $100,000 for every rep in every product line every time? If so, then sure, these are worthwhile breakouts. But if they don't, then activity metrics are just noise. And what you should actually be focused on is that $100,000 average, the outcome. This is why it's so important to dive deep into your revenue engine, to question everything you think you know, and not only build the foundation in a way that works for your departments, but drives to the correct goal and is also consistently optimized and iterated. Again, I'm not saying every department should have the exact same metrics or be measured the same way. But every department should share clear, precise definitions and have metrics that ladder up to overarching revenue goals. Everything you measure should matter, and everything that matters should be part of your data model, clearly defined and classified for every department to reference. And it should all be classified and defined in a way that is accurate and representative of your business. The revenue performance model template I've shown several times has labels like these: sessions, leads, MQLs, SQLs, opportunities, closed won, closed revenue. I won't keep reading, but that's just a framework for you to take and iterate. You may have traffic instead of sessions, or perhaps you don't have marketing qualified versus sales qualified leads. Maybe you just have qualified leads. That's fine. The revenue performance model was designed to be configurable to adapt to your unique business model. What matters here is that you define the revenue journey in the way that is the most applicable to your business, and then create metric labels that are reflective of those key milestones. Again, this is using the template that I just showed you. So you'll see the same labels: sessions, leads, MQLs. Whether you adopt those labels or not, whether you use all those steps or not, the key here is to clearly define each milestone and ensure every department knows those milestones by heart and uses those for goal setting. You should come up with something like this. But let's say that you actually have an extra milestone in here of sales accepted lead, which lives right before opportunities and right after SQL. Add that in here. That's great. But it better have an exact definition and reason for being there, just like everything else. Clarity is kindness, and efficiency is king. Everyone should be crystal clear on the same goals and definitions so that they can work toward the same goals. And every metric and definition should be necessary. Remember, wasting time tracking and measuring anything superfluous is just as revenue draining as not having the information in the first place. Clear, clean, concise. That should be your mantra for setting up your data model. And absolutely every metric of it should drive toward your North Star metric, the single key metric that best captures the core value your product delivers to customers and drives long-term growth for the business. Most often, this is a revenue goal. For recurring revenue businesses, this is almost always net revenue retention, the holy grail revenue metric for recurring revenue type businesses. Whatever revenue metric is your North Star, each and every departmental metric below it should roll up to it, should contribute in some way. And you should always be optimizing, refining, updating, enhancing, even stretching those goals in order to push your business forward and accelerate growth.